Right, guys, hope you're having a terrific day. Today, I'm going to be explaining how you can actually get machines for your med spa without selling your kidneys, right? A lot of med spa owners, they tell me, hey, Karan, I'm paying 5K, 7K, even 10K in leases every single month. And in my head, it doesn't make much sense. You see, you might have a machine that's highly specialized and really, really good at what it does, such as the Tixel, right? And that might be a brand machine, and the company might actually make it. However, for the vast majority of machines, if you think of like HIFU, RF, Cryo, all of these types of machines, this is typically what's going on, right? You will buy a machine from a company like Premium Machines LLC or Deluxe Machines S Corp, right? And that will be a distributor based in the United States. And they are doing one of two options. They either are just buying it from China and selling it onto you, or they have exclusivity in terms of the distribution rights, and therefore you cannot get that specific machine directly from China. However, what you can do is get a different machine from China. And today, what I'm going to be explaining to you is how you can basically get these machines, which cost like 1K in terms of the actual cost from China, and then these guys are going to be marking it up. So for the end user, it's going to be like 35K or something like that, right? And so how can you actually get access directly to these factories in China? Now, you have a couple of different options. You can use an agent who will speak Chinese, contact the factories for you directly. You can actually go on a site such as AliExpress, Alibaba, or 1688 to find out directly. Now, these are three different tiers. So right at the top, you have AliExpress, the B2C platform, right? And so that is really meant for the end consumer. So even if you think about skincare, you will find significantly cheaper skincare on there compared to Sephora, right? However, that is still more expensive than Alibaba, which is the B2B marketplace. So you have English-speaking factories connecting with end businesses that can go on and use this stuff, or they can sell it on, right? And then below that, you have 1688, where agents, so Chinese-speaking agents, will contact factories directly that don't speak any English, because the people on Alibaba are quite sophisticated businesses that are doing importing and exporting. However, 1688 is the version where it's very, very hard to do business. So what we're going to be doing is using Alibaba, and this is something that I've done a couple times, buying machines for my clients, buying machines for myself even. And so what you want to do is just go on Alibaba. Right here we have, make sure that you're delivering to the US and you're in this currency here, right? So, for example, we want to search up stuff that we actually want. So, for example, let's just do HIFU, right? Because HIFU is a machine where really it doesn't matter what machine you have. Like, it's better to have, a good machine. But at the end of the day, HIFU is HIFU, right? And so if you order it, as long as you get a reputable buyer, a reputable seller, there's no issue in ordering a HIFU from China, right? So machines that are highly specialized, like the Tixel, I would probably just get from the manufacturer, or better yet, just get secondhand from authorized reseller. However, the machines such as HIFU, RF, even some lasers, they are perfectly fine to get from China because that's where they're coming from anyways. All you're paying in terms of the markup is for the distributor to make their profit. So cut them out, get a reputable source, and you can do that. Now, I used to do this with skin analyzers because that's one of our services, to use a skin analyzer. And so in the UK, the skin analyzer would retail for like £5,000 to £6,000. However, on Alibaba, you can find the same ones for £1,000. And so I would just buy from there and cut out the middleman. And all they're doing is just adding their branding, right? And so what you want to do is find one that has good reviews, that has been around for a while. Right, you can see here 6 sold. And typically what you'll find is that if there's one company, then there'll be multiple different listings, right? So essentially you're gonna have to scroll through for a while, because what they've done here is they've just amalgamated a bunch of different words into the title, and so it's going to be pretty hard to find exactly what you're looking for. So you'll have to scroll for quite a while, and if you have an idea of what the machine looks like, it makes it so much easier. So that's HIFU. Maybe we can just do something easy like hydrofacial. Now, hydrofacial in and of itself is obviously a brand product with licensing fees. And so you can't buy Hydrofacial as that would be a counterfeit product. But you can get variations of similar things, such as the Hydro Facial, the Hydro Glow Facial. These are similar mechanics, maybe even better because they have multiple modalities. Like in this, you can see there's ultrasonic scrubbing, you probably have RF, you probably have some high frequency, you have the oxygen jet, all of that stuff. And so you can see here, it's only going to cost you $100 compared to the 20K for the machine and 20K for the licensing fee. So what you want to do is say, for example, we look at this one and okay, there's no reviews yet, so maybe we won't go for this one, but hopefully there's some other recommendations. By the way, these are store reviews, so it's not the same thing as having reviews for the actual machine that you're looking at, right? So you'll probably get some recommendations here. Okay, like here is another one, this is another one, this is another one. However, let's just go back to our search. And I'm looking for a cheap machine that is really high quality, right? And so just got to look which one has the best reviews. Okay, that has good store reviews, so that's a good proxy. This is good store reviews as well. This is good store reviews as well. But I probably wouldn't go for something like this because this is a real knockoff. Go for something a bit different. And maybe just try it. Hydro facial machine. And then hopefully we can filter it by the reviews. Sales volume, that's a good proxy. Okay, so hypothetically we get this one, right? And we actually have 30 reviews as well, which is excellent. And so what you want to do from here is obviously you're not going to be buying 100,000 pieces. So you want to basically chat now or send an inquiry, right? So for example, if we chat now, then we can essentially ask them like, hi there, I'm looking to import this for my MedSpa. I require 1 unit and the zip code is please guide me on the best price and shipping times. So obviously you have a option to purchase it right here. Normally there's an option to purchase it right here. However, what I would do is just chat with them. They will tell you more detailed information based on where you are in terms of how long it will take, what they can do for customizations. Because you know what you could actually do? You could ask them to customize and put your logo on there. That would be pretty cool, right? And they will do it, and it will just take a bit of time. Now, what I have found is that from China, you can get your shipping all the way down to 7 days just for like $100. And so in 7 days, you can have the machine, which is awesome. And, you know, all together, it's going to come to maybe $400, including the tariffs and everything like that. And so the beautiful thing about that is it's still a major price saving, and everything here typically is certified electronics anyways. And so there's no issue with using it. And as you can see here, it has 30 5-star reviews, which is excellent. And all of these are coming from the United States, which is also great. So what I would do is go ahead and send an inquiry. They'll get back to you. They'll give you a custom order. You pay it. And then typically it will take like maybe 5 days for everything to be ready. Either they have it in stock. If you want some customizations, they'll do the customizations. And then around 7 to 10 days to actually get it shipped out. And that's really the process. Very, very easy. Make sure you get the shipping, tracking, stuff like that. And make sure that your shipping actually includes the tariffs and everything like that. Because you don't want to be on the call with customs and trying to argue and paying fees over the phone. And so it's just way easier if you just make sure it includes the tariffs as well. So yeah, it's very simple, and I would just make sure that the reviews are good. And once you have everything sorted, then you just order the machine and the machine will arrive, and it will be in ideally good condition, and sometimes machines from China are even better than the machines in America. So yeah, that's it from me, guys. Thank you and see you later.